Hello everyone. This is Ashrit from Learn Digital Academy. So in this session, we'll discuss on how to create a logo. So let's begin with the session. So initially, your logo design, it completely depends on your concept or what kind of product you need. So currently, I have one concept on my head. I'm working on that. So I need a letter G. So that's why with the help of type, uh, you can use a font. So you have n number of fonts. You can do experiments of what kind of font you need. So just you can check the fonts. So I'm happy with this font. So to edit the font, so once your font is finalized, so just right click on font and create outlines. So right click, create outline. So then your text or your font will convert to shapes. So once you converted your font to shapes, easily you can edit the things. Easily you can change each and individual points. So that's why always if you want to move individual points in a font, convert it to outlines. So now I need few leaves. So that's why I'm going with some a reference of a leaf. So my concept is green tea or a teacup, whatever name you need, you can take. It depends on your product name or your company name. So you will get lot more samples of leaf also. So which one you need, you can choose. So if you have your own sketches, you can use your sketches to create a logo. So currently I'm going with this leaf reference. So I need an exact shape of a leaf. So you can use pen tool to create a shape. So initially I lock that image. So under object you have a lock selection. So now I'm using the pen tool to draw the shape. It's up to you. You can use pen tool, you can use shapes, whatever you need you can use, but make sure that it should look like a leaf only. So currently I'm drawing each and individual pieces or each individual shapes in a different part as a different part. So later I can merge the things with the help of Pathfinder. So now you can see both the things are different. So with the help of Pathfinder, I did a unit. So if you zoom in, there will be some small changes. So you need to edit that carefully. So small changes and small alterations will give you a beautiful output. And moreover, as it is a leaf, make sure that there will be no sharp edges. It should be more curvature and it should be more beautiful. If the points are not really necessary, you can remove that. But currently, I removed one point, but that point is necessary for us to get that bottom shape. So that's why I did undo, and now you can see some shape. So you can draw again with the help of pen tool. So otherwise, you can take a copy of a same leaf. You can edit that also. So it's up to you guys. Whatever you need, you can take a copy. Otherwise, you can draw again. So after drawing, just the major thing is you need to alter the points. So maybe you will get a sharp edges. If you want to make sharp edges smooth, with the help of direct selection tool, you need to work on that. So one method I showed you guys, that is with the help of pen tool. So just keep that leaf side. So now what I will do with the help of shapes, I will create a leaf again. So whatever methods you need, you can use. So currently you can see it is ellipse. So just I'm placing a ellipse. So for the curve edges, I'm placing the ellipse in a proper way. So then with the help of direct selection tool, I'm altering the points and I'm placing. So which one is flexible for you? Which one is comfortable for you? You guys can go with the things. So here also after placing wherever necessary with the help of pen tool add a points wherever necessary, with the help of direct selection tool just move the points. So the similar leaf I need, that's why I'm taking a copy. I'm using a reflection. So that is a reflect with the copy. So instead of creating different leaves, so just I took a copy of a same leaf and just I'm placing and just I'm doing some small changes, small alterations. So make sure you need to play with all the points. So if you're not selecting all the points, so there will be a problem while taking the shapes. So to move the shapes, you can use direct selection tool and mouse. Otherwise, directly select that point and use your keyboard arrows. So top, bottom, left, right. So you can play with any of these things. So now with the help of pen tool, I draw one line. So then with the help of width tool, I created one stroke over here. So to remove that area. So once the stroke is finalized, just if you want to do some alterations, alter it. So then for that stroke, go for object, under object, use path, outline, stroke. So convert your stroke to shapes. So then fill color, select both the things in the pathfinder minus front. So you can see I removed that part completely. So now you guys got a process. So delete the lower leaf, take a copy of the same leaf and do some changes. So instead of doing or instead of repeating the same process, you can use these things like copying, pasting, and doing some small changes. Yeah. So this will be the final leaf for me for my logo. So wherever you need, place it. And again, what kind of colors you need, you use. Currently, I picked a green from the reference only. So in your color palette also you have a colors. You can use whatever colors you need. So currently my concept is green tea. That's why I'm going with the green shades only. So I need one more leaf. That's why I'm taking a copy. So just you need to play with some small changes and small alignments. It will look more beautiful. The placement is done wherever I have placed a leaf, that surrounding area I want to remove. To remove that, I'm using a pen tool. Just I drawing a curve. So now what I will do, here you can see one black curve over there. Select that black curve, divide the bottom part. So that means divide the letter G. So select line. In a Pathfinder, you have option to divide. You can use that. So divide. So then ungroup it. So now you can see everything in a single object. Ungroup it. So then select delete it. In the same process, wherever you need, draw a path, divide the below object. So one more area I need for the bottom leaf. Again, I will repeat the same process. So one more process is under object, path, divide object below. So you can use both the things. In a Pathfinder also you can use. Otherwise, object, divide object below also you can use. So now ungroup it, delete the unwanted area. Yes. So now you can see it looks more beautiful. So now leaf are the part of a letter G only. So green tea, a green leaf, whatever you need, you can keep a name. So once your flat logo, the logo is finalized. So you guys need to play with the colors. So what kind of colors you want to place? So in what shades you need to showcase your logo. So you guys need to concentrate on that. So your reference part is done. Delete the reference if it is not necessary. So two different parts are there. I'm selecting and making a unit. So apply a green. You have a lot more green shades. I'm going with a darkened lighter shade. So now this will be a flat logo, that is a single color. That means a flat colors. So now what I will do with the copy of the same logo, I am playing with the gradient. So that is light green and a dark green for a leaf. So you can see over here. So you can play with colors. So what kind of color shades you need, you can add what kind of color combinations you need. You can really play with the colors. So I need a dark green to light green. That's why I'm using a linear gradient over here. For all the leaf, I need the bottom part should be dark green and the top part should be light green. So you can use your gradients. Already you guys know how to play with the gradients and colors. I'm using the same thing. For other leaves also I need a green. So select the leaves with the help of eyedropper. Pick the same gradient. So just you need to change the direction. So compared to a flat logo, a single individual color logo, this looks more attractive. So always try to use multiple colors. Don't use so much of colors. Just play with 2 to 3 shades only. So then it looks more beautiful. So from which direction looks good? So just change the angle of your gradient. So currently I have only two colors. In two colors only I'm playing. So if you want to add in between any one shade, again lighter green or darker green in between that, you have an option. You can go and you can fill the colors. Yeah. So you guys can compare the difference between two logos. So same logo but different outputs. The visual purpose is different. The output looks different. The color combination looks different. So each and individual things is up to you, how you want to showcase your logo, how you want to present your logo to your clients. So now what I will do, I'm taking a flat logo copy again, that is flat color. So for the flat green leaf logo, I will convert it to a little bit of 3D, a 3D depth with the help of using 3D extrude and bevel. So select the flat color. So don't go with the gradient. For gradient, you can't able to use extrude and bevel. It will not work because of many shades. So just go with a flat. So that is two color. G is a different. A leaf color is a different. Go with this shades. So so initially I will make G as a single object and leaf as a complete single object. So 3D extrude and bevel. So you have extrude and bevel. Just give a preview. You can see the changes, but everything in a single click I did. So in extrude and bevel we have lot more options, that is positions. Whichever positions you like, you can use that positions. So preview. We have a extrude depth also, the thickness of your logo. You can play with the extrude depth also. So whenever you guys are using 3D extrude and bevel, avoid using black shades and white shades. So you can go with the gray shades, cream shades, any other shades. So now select a G, combine the G, that means unite. So complete G, I need a single object. For that single object or a single shape, I'm using 3D extrude and bevel. So the thickness is enough, apply OK. So now select all three leaf, unite it. So repeat the same process. Yes. So then move your letter G to the back end. So arrange, send back, or select a leaf, bring front. So just rescale it and place it properly wherever it looks beautiful or it looks proper. So once 3D effect is done, if you want to do some changes in colors or if you want to play with smoother edges and all, you need to convert the 3D to normal shapes. So select. So obviously I need to give some shades. I need to play with the colors. So under object, use expand appearance. So then your 3D will convert it into again shapes. So ungroup it so you can easily able to identify the changes over there. So you can see light green is in a different shape, dark greens are in a different shapes. Ungroup it initially. So now you can move individual pieces. So now select all dark colors and make unit. Select all light colors and make a unit like a single object. So now you can see all dark greens are individual pieces. So select all dark greens with the help of Pathfinder unit. So that means this piece I need as a single shape. So use unit. So then other than that piece, the lighter color, the top green, the bottom green. So these two things I need as a single object. So unite it. So now a light is different, the dark color is different. So now you can observe light green and dark green are different. So you can play with the individual colors also now. So you can fill the colors. Whatever colors you need, you can fill. So if you want to play with the gradient also, you can play. So because we converted our 3D to shapes again. The bottom one, the dark, the top one light, the back one dark, the front one light. So as you wish, you can add colors, you can play with the colors actually. So now you can see beautiful changes over there. The color blending light to dark or dark to light. So it's up to you. If you want to use gradient colors, you can use. If you want to use flat colors, not an issue, you can go ahead. So then place the leaf in a proper way. So then I want to do some small changes in G. So select that point, just I'm moving towards out because it's very near to the leaf end or a leaf tip, that's why. If you want to make a corner smooth, we have an option, you can do that. If it is really necessary, just go with it. If it is not required, so not to worry. So you can continue your work as it is. So any one point, if you want to make a smooth also, you can do like this. So, but it should not affect your logo design. So currently I'm happy with the sharp edges. So that's why I'm releasing the sharp edge. So now in the corners, if you want to make a smoother, now you can see the bottom part is smooth. You can see the empty place also. To fill that empty place, you need to use a pen tool. You need to draw some shapes and you need to fill that area. If it is really necessary, do the things. Otherwise, no need. So now also you can see the green shade is a curved one. So just make it smoother. So you can see a beautiful changes over there. A different color combined shades you can see. So in this way you can convert sharp edges to smooth edges, but it depends on your logo concept. So but currently I don't want to make the edges smooth, so I need a hard edges. So that's why I'm doing undo. So I'm releasing as it is in the initial stage. So if it is a 3D logo, there will be some shiningness over there in edges and all. So let's create a shining. I'm using a pen tool. So pen tool, I'm using a white color stroke actually. So shining will be in a lighter tones. That's why white. So you can give a thickness in a stroke profile. We have a profile. You can change the profile. Here you can see the bottom line looks like a shiningness. Wherever light is falling on your surface, in all the corners or for all the edges where you can see light, you can apply this method. So now you can observe it's look like some glossiness or shiningness in that edge. That is the only reason I left my edge as completely sharp. So to add the shining. So now again I'm repeating the process. So bottom is done. So in the same way I'm playing in the top end. So just you need to focus where you want to apply. So stroke, change the profile. So zoom it and exactly place it to the corner. That is exactly you need to place to the edges. Then only it looks more natural. So you need to do small alignments and small adjustments for your shinings. So now you can see a glossy kind on the surface of your logo. So again for the leaf part, so I want to add that shiningness. So let's target the leaf. So let's add some shining on the leaf also. You can play with stroke size, so I'm using 1 2 3 like that. So if you need lesser than that, obviously you have an option. You can go, so like 0.5, 0.25, 0.75, whatever, it's up to your requirement. You can use that. So for the final leaf, a small changes and small detailing will give you a beautiful output for your logos. So you can see it looks more decent and it looks more attractive compared to flat logo. In this way, you can design 3D logos, a simple 3D logos in Illustrator only. So no need to worry about 3D softwares and all. So here only you can do. So whenever you want to showcase this to your client, only logo, no. So name of a company or name of your product also you need to showcase. So I'm applying green tea. So green tea is my company name or a product name. So for that one, till now we did a logo design. So now I'm working with the text. So whatever type of font style you need, so try to play with the fonts. Make sure that you should not use a completely stylish font, because as it is a logo, it should be more readable and also it should be more decent. So just I'm using a normal font over here. So this looks more decent. So place in a proper way. So just do some final touch up for your logo. So I'm adding some rectangle. I want to place this green tea in a frame. So I'm adding a frame for these things. So frame means only with the help of strokes. I don't want to fill the color because inside text is there. So only stroke I need. The same green you can go. For this one also, I'm playing, I don't want this inner line. So add one point and delete that inner line. That means left edge of the rectangle. So if you need smooth, you can go with the smooth like this. So then here also we have a profile. Otherwise under Windows we have a lot more brush presets. So you can use any of the brush presets for your stroke. So and also you can play with the stroke size. So just you can see. So then small changes I want to make. So with the help of direct selection tool, I will alter few points. So once this much is done, play with the text color. So if this is your final logo, if you want to showcase to your client, so instead of white color, show with some dark color or opposite contra color. So you have three different types of output also: completely flat, gradient, with a 3D effect. So you can showcase all three types of logos for your client. So whichever he likes, you can choose that. On that, you can do final changes also. So then I want to showcase this 3D logo with a dark background. So because as it is a green shades, I will go with a black color or gray to black gradient. So it looks more attractive and it looks more beautiful. So that's why I want to showcase in this way. So now it looks more attractive, more brighter compared to white. So if you want to add a gradient, yes, you have an option, go with the gradient. So light gray or a dark gray to black. So radial gradient I'm using, not linear, a radial gradient. You can observe over here. Yes. So in this way also, you can showcase your logo. So instead of showing a normal, so just make it more attractive. So that logo, I'm moving up. So I want to showcase in little more attractive level. So that's why what I will do. I will take a duplicate of the logo and I will show it as a reflect on the floor. So reflect, horizontal, copy, move towards down. So if the things which is going outside your artboard, not an issue. If we save only the things which is appear inside your artboard, you will get. So then decrease the opacity. So then only it feels like a reflection. So then export. So just I want to check the output. Export in a good quality. So wherever you need, you can export. So JPEG, PNG, PDF, whatever file formats you need, you can play with that things. So just open it. Yes. So here we go. This is our final output. So it looks more beautiful and attractive. So this is the normal way of logo process. So you guys need to do lot more experiments on logo creations. Depends on your product or brand. I hope the session was informative. We'll catch up in the next session.